This is my lipstick drawer. Well, most of them. This is my secret weapon. Ooh, mysterious. And this is Jess Paul. So, I've been wanting to do this very simple overdrawn lips tutorial for a long time now, because when I see some modern examples of overdrawn lips, I get a little creeped out. Some people look like clowns, and no shade to them. I just think there are a couple simple steps to making your lips look more natural and, in my opinion, more retro. That is why it's in this category of vintage and I have so many categories. What is this called? Pinup and vintage. So if you were always looking for a more glamorous pucker, you came to the right place. Even if you can pick up one or two little tippy toes that will help you out with your overdrawn lips. I overdraw my lips all the time. I like them to be a little bit fuller, but I also like them to be a little less scary. Let's jump right into it. So today I'm going to be using one of my very favorite shades from Jeffree Star, Wifey. Shout out Jeffree Star. As if he needs the promotion. So when it comes to overdrawing lips, what I believe is the key factor is being very particular with shape. The obvious way would be just to fill in past the line a little bit more, but it actually comes to creating your very own shape of your lip to mimic if you actually had larger lips or filler put into your lips. I usually start in the middle, and the key is to making the middle a little bit larger than the sides. When I apply, I take the first dunk and I start filling out the middle. And I'm obviously going to stop talking as I do this because that would just be a mess. And now I am already taking this line of this curve a little farther down than my natural lip, and I'm going to be doing the same with the top. Why the heck am I all the way back there, you say? I don't know. Now, some people believe in the kind of Kylie kit, the lip liner and liquid lip duo. I never understood why pencils were still being used with liquid lip. In my opinion, a liquid lip wand is so much more particular than even an unsharpened pencil, which has been used on me before and was so obviously worse than just using your wand. I'm a painter, so going in for a second dunk. When I would be doing a very sharp line, you take the edge of the paintbrush. You are able to understand where that line is going to go with your, it could even be a big brush, but if you have control, you can use that line edge to your advantage. So I think I've created the foundation for the middle of the shape. Now we're going to go to the edges. And the most important idea is that we do not want any kind of excess in the corner of the mouth. When the lipstick kind of squeezes down in the corners of the mouth, you can tell how much that shape is being recreated only by lipstick. It's a big giveaway. Talking so much with my wand out, it's drying out. One thing I do obsess over is getting symmetry. I could spend like 5 to 10 minutes on the lip shape because you want it to be overdrawn, you want it to be a different shape than your own lips, but you also want it to be matching each side. Ah, this talking. As far as your Cupid's bow goes, some styles will have you draw right over it. I do that, I kind of switch off and on whether I like a defined, kind of M Cupid bow or one that kind of exceeds and it's kind of like that straight kind of hump. It is a way to make it look a little bit more full, but it's totally a preference on style. I'm gonna do a defined Cupid's bow today, I think. I'm just waiting for the moment where I realize I have to go get, oh man, I'm almost out of this. When I have to go get my makeup wipe. This process on the regular does take a lot of makeup wiping. I think I've yet to need it. Am I going too far? Symmetry, symmetry. Is this getting away from me? Actually, Now's a great time to pull out one of my secret weapon pro tips. If you came to this video for anything else, it might be this. This is one of my favorite products. It's Inglot Duraline. This is a medium that you add to shadows, I guess lipsticks as well. It's a mixing liquid. And what this does is it makes something, more liquid, also waterproof. It's great to add to dried out lipsticks. This is not necessarily dried out, but it is running out, so I am going to add some to kind of make it more wet, more available to me. I've added this mixing medium to lesser lipsticks that actually weren't as good of a formula as Jeffree's, and it made them better. Right now I'm only using this to kind of get the last of the product, kind of mix something in, make it wet. But when I would buy the liquid catsuits, it would be very chalky, very dry. It would start to scale if you would add too much. So what I would do is I took all of my existing liquid catsuits, I think that's from Wet n Wild, and I would just add a lot of this mixing medium, and it made it smoother, it made it more available, made it glide easier, and since it's waterproof, it did make it stay on even that much more. Oh yeah, my line was starting to feather and now it's all good with that Duraline. Now again, I am working at the middle, trying to create a nice big pout. The bottom looks symmetrical, the top definitely does not. We're gonna finally go in with the corrector, and it is my second tip of the day. So I do something with my makeup wipe that I feel like is very obvious, but I never ever see gurus doing it. And that is to take a brush. This is actually a lip liner brush. It's a retractable one. But actually I've also used my angled eyebrow brushes to do this as well. In fact, if this doesn't work out, I'm probably gonna reach for that one if I can find it. I couldn't find it, that's why I grabbed this one. You take a makeup wipe, which I use these exclusively, almost these Neutrogena original makeup wipes to take my makeup off every day because it's really the only thing that seems to do the job. And you take your brush and you wrap, kind of pinch and twist. So now you have this device that's like a makeup eraser pen, and you can go along the edge and clean up without making too much of a mess. I also go in with my foundation after this, whatever's left on my sponge, and fix the edges that I've taken the foundation off of too. Oh, that's a good start. We're almost there. I have this diamond shaped sponge that I absolutely love so much. I saw that the Taylor using one time, and I don't think she necessarily had a huge opinion on it, but I'm like, that's cool. That makes sense to me. And my mom got me one for Christmas. This to me is the perfect shape. It's a regular sponge like you'd see in any of the Copy Beauty Blender brands, but this side, the flat side, so easily you kind of just stamp it on all over your face, and it creates such an even kind of big stamp. And then when you want to go for your eyes, around your nose, this sharp point is so perfect. I don't really know why people are using the other shape more. I've been using the other shape for a very long time, and it's not as good as this. I knew this was going to be so much more complicated under pressure. I don't like the top part. What is going on here? Ugh, hold the mirror. Oh, why didn't I just, whatever. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with the shape. I'm finally finished. And as you see, I really stayed away from the corners. You can see where the actual corner of my mouth resting actually ends, so that you have more of the middle exaggerated. But if you're going for that full, big, glamorous look that doesn't also look clowny, I hope that these tips helped you a little bit. I'm not sure if that entire tutorial was a fail. For some reason, I found it so hard to hold my compact mirror and put my lipstick on. I think it was the camera. I think I buckled under pressure. It's so hard to be a makeup guru. Maybe this is why self-ism never picked up, because I don't know how to put on makeup. Anyways, I filmed into my mirror this morning to see if I could execute it better with both hands free. I don't know, did it work? Did you learn anything? Did you learn what not to do? Anyways, now it's time to spin the wheel! One of my favorite parts of every episode. Whoa, hold the frickin' phone here. Hey, it's Editing Jess. And as you may have noticed, the vintage and pinup category is covered up on the wheel and replaced by another one. It was supposed to be this ceremonious thing, but I forgot it was important when I was filming this. And the new category is adulting, which I think is very appropriate because it's one of the first categories that was ever recommended by you guys before we even started this all. But what's funny is now it's finally appropriate. I just moved across the country, living on my own for the first time, and I did a lot of things that were actually kind of being an adult for the first time at 29 years old. And what's even more ironic about that, I'm looking at it right now, that category is that I'm not at my parents' house in Pittsburgh. I don't have all the luxuries of a nice printer and stickers and ink. I had to go get that printed at a print shop down the street. The shop owner had such a heavy accent, and I didn't understand how to use his service until I realized that I had to write my time down, and he charged me for how many minutes I was on the computer. Anyways, that's what came out of the printer, and I put a bunch of tape on it that I bought from his store that was really cheap and just, it looks like crap. It looks like crap compared to all the other categories, but I feel like that's appropriate because now I'm figuring things out for the first time in history again. So there's adulting. Maybe we'll land on it sometime. Back to the content. We're gonna learn what we're gonna do next. I think I have a video idea for a bonus video this week. So you will have to subscribe to see if I actually do it. Suspense, suspense. Story time. I have a lot of story times. I originally wanted to do a pretty important one, but I feel like I am doing too much drama lately. There's a lot of drama on my channel, and this one is kind of dramatic. I call it my almost Me Too story. You guys are gonna have to put in the comments down below if it's something you wanna see, because I do the show for you. If no one's watching, if a YouTuber uploads a video and no one's around, did it ever exist? I wanna know what you guys wanna hear. Have a great week, get some good sleep, and eat a lot of spinach. Bye guys.